That's a big one. So basically, interest rates going down, that's good. But letting the balance sheet run off means that they're actually contracting the monetary supply still. So they're allowing the bonds to get repaid back, and instead of like essentially going back to recreate the same bonds and kind of inflating back the money supply, they're still like letting it run off. So they're basically trying to get themselves into a point where like they can print money on the main balance sheet without the main balance sheet looking so ridiculous, basically. But the 25 basis points is really good for basically demand type printing. So businesses getting refinanced and everything like that, housing, but 25 basis points isn't that much, but it's the start. So we've entered the easing cycle. That's good.
Briefly reviewing economic developments. Recent indicators suggest that growth of economic activity has moderated. GDP rose at a pace of around 1.5% in the first half of the year, down from 2.5% last year. The moderation in growth largely reflects a slowdown in consumer spending. In contrast, business investment in equipment and intangibles has picked up from last year's pace. Activity in the housing sector remains weak. In our summary of economic projections, the median participant projects GDP to rise 1.6% this year and 1.8% next year, a touch stronger than projected in June. In the labor market, the unemployment rate edged up to 4.3% in August, but remains little changed over the past year at a relatively low level. Payroll job gains have slowed significantly to a pace of just 29,000 per month over the past 3 months. A good part of the slowing likely reflects a decline in the growth of the labor force.
You can blame a lot of this on Jerome Powell, and the Fed. They cut too late. They're always late to the fucking party. I mean, they're so late this time that other central banks have literally cut ahead of them, and they're kind of pretty much the last real central bank to start cutting. There is other central banks that are cutting just in line with the Federal Reserve like normal, but like there's quite a lot of other countries are just, I mean, literally like Switzerland's at 0 right now. Give me money. But it is their fault. Like we had a weakening condition. They had this data, the numbers have been cooked for a while. It's just they didn't, for political reasons, they didn't want to cut. They should have been cutting. They could have been really lazy. We've already could have had 75 basis points of cuts, nothing dramatic, but they could have started cutting and then that could have really helped. Just like a lot of times, like the market would probably be a lot higher than it is right now, and that could ease it. Like you want to hear something crazy? 49% of like consumer spending is being done by the top 10% of America.